Welcome to a very soggy UC Health Training Center field here. The blustery day with Denver Broncos practice as the team prepares for its third preseason game against the LA Rams. I'm Shawn. This is Jake Marsing. Jake, the Broncos have made it very clear that Trevor Siemian is the starter, not just really for Saturday's game, but it seems like he's the starter going forward.
It feels that way. The way that they've treated Trevor Siemian's sore shoulder, he threw again today, didn't throw yesterday, was out here throwing today. It seems like they're working him in and treating him like he's going to be the starter. And you talk to him, he carries himself like he's a guy who knows he's in the lead in this Broncos quarterback competition versus a guy like Mark Sanchez who really does seem like he's starting to lose a grip on this job, and he knows it. Out here, he threw a lot of scout team today. He threw a lot of second team reps today. This is not exactly how Mark Sanchez had hoped that this thing would turn out, but Trevor Siemian does appear to be the guy.
Sanchez appeared to be defiant at the podium today, willing not to throw in the towel, as he said, willing not to give up to any of this situation, understanding that he may now be even third in the quarterback race, but there is a lot more to it than just the quarterbacking. That is going to work itself out one way or the other, because all three of those guys are healthy. The guys that aren't healthy are on the offensive line and at the tight end position. Jeff Hireman and Garrett Graham still not practicing. John Phillips, the blocking tight end, seems to be going up the depth chart almost by default. When you look at the offensive line right now, especially at the right guard position, what do you see when you look at this offense? Because without that, maybe it doesn't matter who the quarterback is.
Well, Gary Kubiak mentioned that as one of the things that he's most concerned about on this roster. For me, it starts probably with Michael Schofield. Kubiak said today that he feels confident that Schofield can play just about anywhere on that line and play pretty well. Now, whether or not you believe that is a totally different conversation. I think he makes sense at right guard for this team, at least for now, until you can get Ty Sambrailo back. Weems is a guy that they like a lot. He's also injured. They've got a lot of questions on that offensive line. Michael Schofield's going to have to play a big role. Whether Broncos fans are thrilled by that news or not, it probably depends on the fan you talk to.
Yeah, well, we saw his experience last year when he played primarily a tackle. It was not particularly good, although the Broncos have been consistent that they like his work ethic, they like his talent. Now, some of that may just be stubbornness because at the moment, they don't have any other choices. On the defensive side, we saw Aqib Talib, we saw DeMarcus Ware. They were in pads, they were out there starting to get back into form. The defense, at the very least, looks like it's at least ready to go, that they'll have an interesting chance to do things against the Rams after not having their best game against the 49ers, even though they weren't exactly put in the best of position with all the turnovers.
It'll be interesting to see with more reps for the first team defense, with Aqib Talib out there, with, maybe not DeMarcus Ware out there, but Talib getting his first shot. It'll be interesting to see how that secondary plays, how that first team defense plays against the Rams offense. I expect it to be a lot better than it was over the course of the last weekend. Defense had a bunch of interceptions out here today from Paxton Lynch when he was running scout team. I don't necessarily credit those to Lynch as much as I do the defense making really smart plays. Chris Harris, Shaq Barrett had an interception. This defense looks ready to play. They look like they're flying around out here. And
that's obviously going to be very important, not only in this game Saturday, but all season long. Hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit nicer, but hey, it's at least a break from the 95-degree heat. So
I'll take this any day of the week.
Oh, I'll take it too. This is the only time that my hairstyle actually pays off.
Exactly.
For Jake Marsing, I'm Shawn. This is 5280 Sports Network.